Welcome to the Body Science Podcast. As always, the information contained in this podcast is for the information purposes only and is not designed to diagnose or be prescriptive to treat, prevent, or manage any injury, disease, or other health-related condition.
Welcome to Body Science HQ, the world of fit, happy, healthy, and we're going to talk about
dopamine.
Lollipops.
Love them.
What is it? What is a dopamine lollipop?
Man, well, what's a lollipop? It's just something that you have to shut up the little kid inside you, all right? And we've all got dopamine everywhere. We're getting dopamine inputs from all over the place. And basically what a lollipop is something, you're the nutritionist in the group here, Mark. It's something of very little nutritional value. It's just sugar.
Yes.
All right? How many things are we really craving after and really wanting to go? And basically all they are is sugar. They're just little false calories that aren't going to do anything for our nutrition.
Yes.
And we've all got a bunch of dopamine lollipops in our world. And if we can go back to the last podcast that we did and talk about awareness of those, what things are we having as a dopamine lollipop, and we're just doing it to get a little bit of instant gratification, and what ones of those aren't serving us and aren't helping us. And I reckon there's 4 flavors of dopamine lollipops.
I like these: money, power, pleasure, and honor.
Yeah. I'd love to say these are mine, but these are 800 years old. Those 4 are what they call the false idols from Thomas Aquinas from back in the 12th century. So these are really old things. And he did them as substitutes for God, but we're not going to go down that road. But basically what they are is things that people go looking for that actually isn't going to give them any long sustainable joy, isn't going to give them any real happiness, and isn't going to actually make them feel good about themselves. It's just going to make them feel good in the moment. And
that's that instant gratification. And that's how you correlated it back to sugar, which is very good. That's easy for us to understand. Yeah.
And you know yourself that you're not going to go telling people go and eat heaps and heaps of sugar, because that's not going to help. But we're going to have a quick enjoyment, and then also you got to have a drop, and then you're going to be craving something soon again. Exactly.
It's not sustaining you.
And it's not working exactly the same way, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. Because what happens with sugar is your sugar level spikes when you eat sugar. Then as it's dropping, your willpower and your ability to have sort of top-down control, your ability to actually let the boss of your brain actually be the boss is worse. So you're more likely to make bad food choices. You're more likely to make bad choices as your sugar levels are dropping, because we don't have as much willpower in dropping sugar levels. And then we've got to, then we do whatever's next, and we end up on this roller coaster of doing that all day. And I think we do that with a lot of our dopamine lollipops as well.
And is that constant pursuit of happiness dangerous?
I don't think the pursuit of happiness itself is dangerous, but the instant gratification of our dopamine lollipops, I think it doesn't serve us in the long run and doesn't help. And so how can we catch ourselves doing that and change some of our behavior? So there's a really cool thing. I'm a massive fan of a guy called Arthur Brooks, who's a professor at Harvard Business School. And he has a thing called What's Your Idol? So which one of those, if we go, sort of, we've got money, power, pleasure, and honor. And by honor seems like a weird one. That you can do honor as fame. You could do honor as acknowledgements, people to tell you you've done a good job. You can do it as validation. You can do it as social media likes. Which ones are those? All of those are validation. And we all need validation. It's a really important thing.
Let's do it. Let's do it now.
Okay. So it's okay.
You're running me and Mark. Let's do me and Mark.
All right. So we're going to take one of them out. One of them off the table. Couldn't give a shit about it. First one we're going to take off the table. Money, power, pleasure, or honor. Which one are you taking off the table?
Money.
Money? Okay. See why?
Honor.
You're taking honor off the table?
Yep.
Okay. So honor's one, I took that off the table straight away first, and I put it back on again. And the reason I put it back on again is we're all searching for validation in some way. All right? I've seen your car. You're searching for validation a little bit. All right?
Might be searching for a bit more.
So I'm going to call bullshit a little bit. Yeah. All right? But we're all searching for validation in one way or another. We might get it from winning fitness model.
Hey, I'm still in that car with money, power, and pleasure.
Okay, yeah. Well, the car's got all of them. The car's ticking lots of boxes. But that's cool. If you love your car, fill your boots, go for your life. All right?
I took honor off because, and it's funny because it's one of my true principles is being ethical and in that space. But from a perspective of, in my life, what would I be? I'd be happy.
What could I do without?
Not to be that person that people go, oh, he did this or he did that or this and that or that being a manager in a business and all that stuff. You know what? Put it aside.
Yeah.
I could put that aside.
If you talk to any famous people, you interview a lot of famous people, and what they'll actually say is that fame was something they thought they wanted until they got it, and it was a poison chalice. It wasn't something that they really wanted at all. And if they could take it back, they probably would.
So interesting.
And I'm 54 too, remember? Like the theory here is in your 50s, you're actually looking to capitalize on all the things that you've done in your life. It's that period where you do mentor people, you do give opinions, you don't hold back in that space because you believe you've hit that era.
You have the right to be wise.
I have the right to be wise. I like the way you put that because I was sounding stupid the way I was saying it. That's true. But I honestly believe that if I had to drop money, power, pleasure, and honor,
you drop honor.
I'd drop honor first.
And you went with money?
Yeah.
Money makes sense too. If you've got enough money to pay the rent and all of those sort of things, money is one of those things. They've done the science on this. Yeah. And there's a law of diminishing returns with money. There's a few different studies with this, so the number's not really that important. But one thing they found is above $75,000, everything plateaus a little bit. You don't
US,
really get, that's
119, 120 Australian.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
It levels off a little bit. Some other studies have said it's a little bit higher. And one of the reasons the other studies said it's been a little bit higher is it actually depends what you do with your money.
Yep.
All right. And you and I have both done the Yale course on the science of well-being. And one of the things that more money can make you happier if you spend it wisely.
Yep.
And what you've got to do is spend it on experiences.
Yeah.
Spend it on time, which is a really interesting concept. We're going to spend it on time. And basically what that means is if you don't like mowing your lawns, pay some dude to come mow your lawns.
I like that concept.
All right. Then it's buying you.
No, Mark, you can't do that. You took money out, mate. You've still got your Instagram likes, but you are mowing your own lawn, mate.
I'm not practical though either.
This podcast is brought to you by the new BC Energy. Need a boost? You want that 160 megs of caffeine, 100% sugar-free, 3 flavours, Ice Blast, Berry Burst, Lime Crush. BC Energy is your answer. Whether you're looking to crush a can or crush a workout, Mark.
Raise the bar, raise the can.
Boom. What's second? Let's go second. We've got to get this going.
Okay. Well, and the last one, so experiences, time, and give it away.
Yep.
Give some of the money away and do it. So money's different with that. So your second one, what would you take off next?
Power.
Power? Yep. And yourself?
Well, I'll go pleasure so we can chat about both sides. Yeah.
Okay. Well, power.
That's because Mark's mowing his own lawn. Yeah. Pleasure's gone as well.
Primal, though. Power's primal because years ago, the most powerful person in the tribe got the best meat and the best mate.
Absolutely.
So there's something primal about wanting power. We all want to feel like we have influence. We all want autonomy as well. We all want to feel like we can do what we want to do. And if you've got power, you can do that.
Yeah.
All right. And then pleasure is your dopamine, is your lollipops. I want to feel good. Yeah. Feeling good feels good. Yeah. All right. So we want that.
So what do you got left, Mark? I've got pleasure and money left. What have you got left?
I'm power, Greg. Look out. I'm power. power and honor.
So
power and honor.
So you've got power, honor, and no money.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it gets a bit confusing when you
go you. Go you, Mark. Go you.
So what's you taking out next?
Oh, okay. I'm going to be left with just one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to take out honor and just be left with power.
Wow.
Really? I did not take you for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that either.
Mate, I'm going to tell you where I'm going. I'm going for pleasure because if I don't have money, I still want to at least have pleasure. Whereas if I got money and it's all about me just work, you can jam that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm keeping pleasure last.
Keeping pleasure last. Okay.
Whereas Mark's powerful.
Powerless. But yeah, you have a look.
Unhappy, but powerful.
Different communities and stuff will actually have different idols. You think about, if you go to New York is all about the cha-ching. It's all about the dollars.
The power.
All right.
Money.
No, New York's all about money.
Yeah.
All right. What's LA all about?
LA, movies, Hollywood.
Fame.
Yeah, fame.
Honor.
Fame. What's
a little bit of pleasure in LA too. I don't know if you've been there recently, but it's not a bad place to go.
Power.
Yeah, power.
All right.
Yeah.
What's Vegas all about? That's pleasure, baby. That's
entertainment.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
So different places have different idols.
It's really interesting.
Really float their boat.
So if you guys want to do that for yourselves, money, power, pleasure, and honor, sit around the table on Friday night with a few drinks and have a chat and work out who's who.
Do a process of elimination and which one you came down with. I've originally came down with pleasure.
Yep.
I went back and had another look, and I think you don't write books, you don't speak at conferences, you don't do lots of stuff without wanting a little bit of honor. And I'm wrestling with that at the moment. And one of the things about the honor part that I've sort of thought a bit about is that the honor's okay so long as it's providing contribution, so long as it's helping someone else.
Yeah, okay.
All right, same with the power. So long as the power is helping someone else, I think these probably aren't quite as bad a lollipops as they could be.
There you go.
I think they're things to work.
I don't care. I'm just living in pleasure.
Live in pleasure. Yeah. Well, one of the things... I love talking about the intricacies of different words. And you look at something like pleasure and enjoyment. You know, pleasure, say
You're not going to wreck this for me, are you?
A lot of pleasure out of, say you get a lot of pleasure out of drinking beer. You know, have you ever noticed that no beer ads has someone sitting on their couch surrounded by pizza boxes just drilling drinking 2 six-packs?
Drinking by themselves at home, yeah.
They don't do that. Everything you see in a beer ad is they're out there somewhere in the nature, they're nice, they're laughing, they're having fun. And there's a difference between pleasure and enjoyment. Yep. Pleasure is just you. I'm here. It's me. I'm doing the thing that's going to give me that instant gratification.
Ooh, okay.
And we can talk about other things, other dopamine lollipops, things like video games, porn, gambling, all of those other sort of dopamine lollipops as well that are all in the pleasure stakes. That's all part of that.
So Paul's looking good right now.
Can you just redefine my life again?
Right.
It's video games.
Looking better, isn't it?
Video games, porn, and what was the last one?
But look at something like video games is a great thing to think about. Video games gives us almost all of those. It gives us pretend power because we're winning in the game and we've got a sword and we go kill dragons or whatever we do.
Real power, so that's
all right.
Yeah.
It gives us a false sense of tribe. All right. We feel like we get a false sense of achievement. We're doing something. And there's a lot of the dopamine lollipops come from things like video games. We wonder why we've got a generation of young men that are addicted to video games. It kind of makes sense because there's about 3 or 4 dopamine lollipops in every joystick. So it kind of makes sense.
That sounds so bad coming from you.
We're expanding this metaphor probably further than is worthwhile.
But did not need to go there.
But all of this stuff to actually look at what things am I doing and why am I doing it? And when we have the awareness of that stuff, then we can sort of say, I'm doing this to get a dopamine hit right now.
Oh, well said.
So,
good.
Particularly with stuff like social media, which we know isn't good for us for long periods and stuff, but it's good in short terms and we can connect with people and see what's going on. That's all cool. When does it turn? When does it become a curious habit? Something that starts off good and turns on you. And that's where we've got to have awareness of which one of these dopamine lollipops are we going for most often? Why are we going for it? And how can I actually turn it into something positive?
Mate, that's a really interesting chat. And throw the challenge out there for a few people to have a look, chat about that and see where they come. Can we get a blog up on the website, please, that goes through these money, power, pleasure, honor, like the breakups of what's in those?
I've got one at home.
Because now that I've read this, the pleasure one,
it's too late.
And I'm not saying I condone any of this, but
none
sex,
of them...
drugs, food, video games, porn, shopping, gambling. The scarcity loop, availability, unpredictable returns, ability to repeat, addiction versus dependence, beer ads, rat packs, rats on cocaine.
Well, rats on cocaine. They did an experiment back in the 70s and they got rats and they gave them 2 levers. One had sugary water and one had cocaine. They went for the cocaine until they died. Okay. All right? It's really, really addictive. And the cats, they had them in a little cage, nothing to do. They got these same
Nothing
rats,
to do.
Well, other than get the cocaine.
Okay.
Right? They then got these same rats and they put them into what they call Rat Park. And Rat Park had lots of other rats around the place, little wheels to run in, little things to dig in, food to find in different places. None of these addicted rats did anything to do with the cocaine. They still had the lever there. They could go and get the cocaine if they wanted it. They didn't.
So the rats stopped using the cocaine and went and played.
They were biologically addicted to the rats. And when they got put in an environment that was stimulating, that was fun, that was a good place to be, they weren't addicted to the cocaine anymore.
Nice.
And we've got a whole bunch of our addictions in our world that are set up because our environment's set up that that's all we've got. How can we change our environment to actually have things that we want to do, things that are enjoyable, find our own version of Rat Park that we actually really like and go surfing and play golf and catch up with friends and do all of those things that you really love. Then you're not as reliant on dopamine lollipops to find that instant gratification.
There you go.
Okay, if you want to know more about dopamine lollipops, hit the Body Science website, bodyscience.com.au, and let's just call it that. The blog will be called
Dopamine Lollipops
by Luke Mathers. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Pleasure, buddy. Good to see you.